Hello, Manhattan. I'm Shelby Danielson.
And I'm Todd Visser. Welcome to this edition of Channel 8 News.
Fake Patty's Day is becoming a bigger tradition every year. Coming up next is how this year's went down.
Also, big changes are coming to the Manhattan airport.
And find out what big group just departed that same airport.
Plus, our furry little friends from the Sunset Zoo returns. All that and more coming up on this week's edition of Channel 8 News.
This is Channel 8 News, KKSU LP. For Manhattan and Riley County, from Kansas State University, this is Channel 8 News.
Sad news out of Iraq Monday afternoon. Another Fort Riley soldier has been killed in action.
Staff Sergeant Jesse J. Grimley, a member of the 287th Military Police Company, 97th Military Police Battalion, died in Kandahar province of Afghanistan.
This was Staff Sergeant Jesse Grindy's second tour of duty in the Middle East.
Well, Shelby, with the temperatures outside we've experienced lately, it makes it seem like summer is just around the corner.
It feels like summer. It's been hot every day. I even went for a bike ride the other morning before 6 a.m. and it was 60 degrees outside.
Wow. What do you think about that?
Let's go to Lindsay Elliott to hear more about this weather.
That's right, guys. I think everybody's enjoying the unseasonably warm temperatures. I saw kids on campus laying out, soaking in the sun, one even taking a nap with his backpack as his pillow. But how long will these last? Well, I'll tell you when we come up next.
Well, since the weather was so nice this weekend, many college students and Manhattan residents alike made their way down to Aggieville last Saturday to celebrate a local tradition.
Fake Patty's Day also drew quite a few people in from all around the country. Ann Clausen and Russell Buchanan went down to Aggieville to see what kind of crowds came out for the holiday. Ann?
Thanks, Shelby. I went down to Aggieville in the early afternoon to see how people were celebrating. Herds of people came from all over to enjoy the Fake Patty's festivities. People partied everywhere, from balconies to street corners.
Not drunk yet, but I'm gonna be.
They came from everywhere. Cherie and her friends came from Wichita to celebrate the day.
I just turned 21 in December, and so all of a sudden I am now able to come down here for Fake Patties, so I had to check it out.
Numerous police and other authorities were keeping a close eye out for overcrowding and underage drinking. There were lines outside almost every bar. But the crowds were enjoying the activities outside on the street as well. Many vendors were selling Fake Patties apparel and accessories. Alex Wheat Jr. from Highland Community College was enjoying the day for more than just the party.
So many women out here. So much happiness, women, green, food, festivities. It's nothing like it. Nothing like it.
People were hoping for the party of ages in Aggieville. The sun is out in Aggieville, the streets are full of people in green, and they're pretty calm and collected this afternoon. Russell Buchanan came back after dark to see what was going on.
As darkness fell over Morrow Street, the bars and blocks remained busy. Revelers in green celebrated throughout the night. Both locals and out-of-towners seemed to be enjoying themselves throughout the evening festivities, including Brittany, who visited from KU.
Aggieville has been extremely fun. It's been packed full of people, and there's been an extremely diverse group of crowd.
Visitors were not just limited to bars in Aggieville. Live street music, and even though it looked out of place, funnel cakes. Some people's idea of a good time turned into a not so good of a time. Now, these people have a lot of explaining to do, and may even face some possible fines. Luckily, that didn't seem to affect most of the crowd.
Definitely worth it.
Wow, and it looks like you met some really interesting people out there.
I did, but I was just really glad that most of them were pretty calm and easy to talk to. Yours seemed like a little more crazy than mine did.
At night it does change a little bit. The atmosphere goes from more of a festival to kind of a mess, I'll be honest. But let's give it back to Todd and Shelby.
That is a lot of green, and of course I'd missed the 1 year that they have funnel cakes. Cannot believe it. Did you get to go?
I actually did. You know, I had a nice little Saturday. Didn't get arrested. You're welcome, Mom and Dad. What about your Saturday?
Well, last year, after almost getting trampled, after just wanting to get a cup of coffee downtown, I just decided to skip it this year, but maybe next year.
To each their own. Riley County Police Department announced that they answered just less than 750 calls, while arresting only 86.
The 746 calls was slightly down from the 760 RCPD received last year. This year's 86 arrests nearly doubled last year's arrests. RCPD said they were more prepared to deal with fake patties this year as opposed to last year. The Riley County Health Department has been informing the community about the recent outbreaks of whooping cough here in Manhattan.
We met with Julie Gibbs from Lafine Health Center to explain for whom it's a problem and what the symptoms are.
Really worry about it with infants, the spread with infants, because they are more susceptible to whooping cough, and it can be very dangerous with infants. We want everyone to get vaccinated.
The health department has reported there have been 3 cases. The main symptoms are a cough with a whooping sound, and the cough will be very persistent. Julie also said the Tdap vaccination that prevents tetanitis will help prevent children and adults from getting whooping cough.
So if you feel you have any of the whooping cough symptoms, be sure to contact your local healthcare provider. From business travelers to out-of-state students, Manhattan is home to a very diverse population.
One that needs a convenient way of getting from one place to another. The new convenience here in Manhattan starts at the Manhattan Airport.
Channel 8's Don Bolerjack went out to the airport to see what's taking off next. Don?
Thanks, Shelby. Instead of wasting just 2 hours of driving to Kansas City International Airport, locals find that it's worth their time and their money to conveniently fly out of Manhattan. This has sparked up more business, and now sights are set on expansion.
Long lines are not unusual at other airports, but for Manhattan Airport, this is unusual. But as of late, long lines and the number of passengers have increased. This change has brought forth a project to expand the airport. Not only will this expand the terminal facility, but there may be new flights going in and out as well.
Well, we're actually talking about expansions in a couple different ways. So in expansion of air service, we are looking at what cities would be a best fit for the people of this region. And what we're hearing and what we've seen through our studies is Denver would be a good fit for this community. So we've done some studies just to come up with the facts. The other part of expansion would be just our terminal facility. We've had such success with the air service over the past 2 years that we've outgrown our facilities.
But I would think it'd be good for your economy here. It would allow businesses to get about and interact with other companies around the country easier. So I think it'd be good.
Because of this expansion, there will be even more parking available to the public as well. It's up for question right now, but eventually the airport might have to charge a fee for the new parking.
We're going to have to reevaluate whether we can keep that free. It may be necessary to charge a nominal fee.
The Manhattan Airport has been thriving the past 2 years because of the economic growth here in Manhattan. The expansion is hoped to help continue the positive economic impact on Manhattan.
Van Kuren said that if there was to be a fee, it would actually still be less than what some of the other regional airports are charging. Construction for the project is expected to start sometime next year. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Don. I guess next time we need to think twice before driving all the way to Kansas City.
Especially when we have such a convenient way so close to us.
Absolutely.
Last week, we informed you of the passing of Todd Simon, a professor in the A.Q. Miller School of Journalism and Mass Communications.
A memorial service was held for Simon on Sunday, March 11th. Family as well as close ones, hundreds of friends, co-workers, and students alike gathered in All Faiths Chapel here at Kansas State University to celebrate and remember his life. Friends and co-workers were able to share memories of Todd to others during the service.
If you would like to donate in memory of Todd Simon, donations are being accepted at the Manhattan Public Library Expansion Project at 629 Points Avenue, or a memorial fund for Kansas State University students in his name at KSU Foundation 2223 Anderson Avenue. Please join us in a moment of silence to honor the life of Todd Simon.